Good morning, Ali. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Thank you very much for joining. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. I'm fine. What about you?
I'm quite good. Thank you very much. Would you like to tell me a little bit more about yourself? Like, what do you do? Where are you from? And why did you subscribe to this lesson?
As I said before, I joined this lesson just I want to speak with native English speaker. I think you are not native English speaker, but I think you are doing well in English language.
That's right. I was
This
not
is
born.
why
Go on.
this is why I joined to this lesson.
Okay. And what's your profession?
I'm a telecommunication engineer.
Yes. You said to me. I remember that. And
Yes, I live and I said I live in Saudi Arabia,
mm, that's great.
in Riyadh. Yes, I have been here just for 5 months.
All right. And how is the weather in Riyadh?
The weather nowadays, they are very hot. It's very hot.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Have you
because we are in summer.
okay? Have you visited any other part of Saudi Arabia, any other city?
Yes, yes. I visited Jeddah and Taif and Makkah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And how did you go there from Riyadh to Jeddah or Mecca?
Uh, I went by car. Sometime I went by car and sometime I went by plane.
Okay. And how long it took by car?
Uh, you mean the distance?
You know, time.
Time from Riyadh to Taif, 8 hours.
8 hours. Okay.
Yes.
Mm. I was in Saudi Arabia, if you remember. I was in Jeddah. And when we went to Riyadh, I had to go by plane. And that was really
Uh,
amazing, domestic flight.
yes.
Okay, so in your workplace, do you speak English by any chance to other people?
Yes, I speak English daily, but I think I have a problem in speaking. This is why I joined this lesson.
Okay, thank you very much once again. And may I know what kind of problem do you think you have got?
I don't know what is the problem exactly, but really I can't speak I can't speak fluently or
Hmm.
really it's hard to speak with other.
Okay,
I don't know what is the problem, but I think I'm good in writing, reading, and everything. But really I have a problem when I speak.
all right. So I believe that possibly you need to learn more vocabulary. We call it lexical resources.
Lexis resources,
I'm writing it. We academically called lexical resources.
lexical resources. Okay, can you please write it down?
Yeah, I'm writing it. So, which means I'm going to explain what does it mean.
Okay.
Lexical resource. Okay, it means that when you like to have conversation about any topic, the first thing we need to have to know words, different kinds of words.
Okay.
Say, I'll give you an example so that it will be clear for you. Um, and also, the words could be synonyms, similar kinds of words, antonyms, opposite words, or maybe phrasal verbs, or maybe group verbs, maybe phrases or idioms, or maybe many kind of expressions or dialect that we use in English language.
Okay. That's
Let me give
good.
you the example. Do you like football by any chance?
Yes, I like football.
Okay, if I ask you, can you please describe how a football is played, the match is played? Could you please explain me?
Really, I don't know. What can I explain it?
You will describe how the football match is played. So, you see, when we are going to talk about any topic, we need to know what words we can use. So, for example, in this topic, how a football match is played. First, you have to describe, it is played in a field, open field, and there is a specific measurement. There should be two teams, and each team must have 11 players, and they've got different position like goalie, yeah, front striker,
Yes.
left, etc. And generally, a football match takes place uh, 90 minutes. 45 After 45 minutes, there is half time for 15 minutes. Then they start
Yes.
it. Yeah, depending on the score, we always declare the winner team. This is the brief description, right? So, in order to describe any topic, we need to know the vocab first. That's we call in academic word lexical resource. Is that clear now, Ali?
Mm, yeah.
Is it clear? What does research?
Yes, yes, yes. It is clear. Yes.
And do you also speak Arabic? You said, right? And Somalian language.
No, no. I'm
I'm
Sudanese.
sorry.
I
So,
speak Arabic.
in Sudan, do you speak Sudanese language or only Arabic? My apology.
No, no. Only Arabic. They are Arabic.
Okay. Now let me ask you another question. In Sudan, there are many kinds of your traditional food, right?
Yes.
Can you please describe few foods like this, like one, two, or few food? And
We have. What can I say by English? Burrasa.
okay, describe
Burrasa.
what is brasa because I don't have any idea.
Burrasa is uh, corp, not corp. Some we put some corp with water and salt and make it in. I don't know what I.
Okay, I've found it. I'm going to show you. Yeah,
Okay.
brasa Sudanese food. Yeah, and what
Yes.
is it made of?
Made if
Meat, fish, vegetable.
no, no, not get a good corp, corp. You know corp or yes, like this. Yes, yes, it is. It is similar to this picture in the right.
Yeah, is that brasa?
Yes, it is similar to this.
Are you there, Ali? Welcome back.
Yes,
Okay, it is similar.
yes.
This app has, I mean, some glitch. Suddenly it shut down. I had to restart it.
Okay.
Okay, so what other foods?
Also, we have Asida.
Asita.
Yes,
Okay, brasa, is it made of carb, did you say?
yes.
And what exactly carb mean? Is it a animal protein, plant protein?
No, like, you know, if you know Arabic, I mean قمح
Dama?
قمح أيوة by Arabic.
Hmm. Yeah, my Arabic is not that much good because I used to
Yes,
live in Saudi Arabia in between 2000 to 2004. So that,
uh, okay. I think there is a problem in network application.
hmm. One moment, I'm just trying to find out.
Okay.
Okay, okay. What other foods do you like?
I like food, no food.
Hmm. From bean,
Also,
then
also I like eggs.
egg,
Eggs, yes.
hmm, then
Meat.
hmm,
We have lamb meat and cow meat.
okay, okay. And do you also like bread, tomis?
Yes, really, I don't have tennis, but we have a bread. For the first time, I saw the tennis here in Saudi Arabia.
Okay,
Hello.
yeah, I'm listening. And also, do you like
Okay.
any kind of sweets?
Yes, I like chocolate.
Hmm?
Also, I like pasta.
Pasta, okay.
Yes.
Do you know how to cook?
Pasta? You mean pasta?
Anything else?
Yes, I can cook.
All right. Do you live there with a family?
Yes, right now I live without my family, but maybe after 4 months or 5 months, I will bring them here.
Have you got children or child?
Yes, I have two child, children.
Children. How old they are?
The big one is 3 year, and the small one is 2 months. Just
Hmm. 3 years and 2 months. Okay.
yes,
And do you have any plan to get more?
yes, exactly.
Okay. Now, I've got a question because you've been living in Saudi Arabia more than 5 months, and you were in Sudan before coming to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, right?
Yes.
Did you visit any other country?
Yes. I visited Egypt.
You visited Egypt,
Uh, yes, and Ethiopia.
Ethiopia, Addis Ababa.
All, yes, Addis Ababa. Also, I visited Emirates.
Is it Dubai?
Yes, I visited Dubai
Okay. Any other country?
before. No.
Okay. Now, here is a big question for you. If you
Okay.
compare Dubai, Ethiopia, and Saudi Arabia, which country has more opportunities for the lifestyle?
Mm, I think in Dubai there is a lot of chance there. If you search about the job,
Hmm.
I think you will find a job quickly. But you have to speak English fluently there.
Okay, they don't speak Arabic.
Huh?
They don't speak Arabic in Dubai.
Yes, I think in Dubai you have to speak English very well uh, because there is a lot of foreign there.
Foreigners.
Yes, foreigners. But here in Riyadh, you can find a job, I
Mm.
think, without English. But in Dubai, I think you have to speak English very well. Then you can find a good job.
Okay. So in Riyadh, your workplace and your home, how far is that?
From the company, you mean?
Hmm.
I live in Diriyah, and the company in Gairawan,
Uh,
north of Riyadh.
okay. So how long?
The distance, the distance is about 13 kilometer.
13, 13,
Yes, 13.
13 kilometers. And do you drive or
No, I came here by taxi
you take taxi every day?
every day. Yes,
Oh,
because I don't have driving license.
is there any bus service?
I searched about the bus, but really I could not find any bus. So I came here by taxi every day.
Okay. Possibly you can bring, get a house near to your workplace.
Yes, yes, I searched about near house to the company.
Because I remember wherever I worked in Saudi Arabia, my house is just very near to my workplace. 5 to 6 minutes walk every time.
Yes, that is good. Nowadays, really I'm searching about new house near to the company.
Hmm. And I'm sure you
Yes,
might be able to find one.
inshallah.
And what time your work start?
The time starts at 8 o'clock.
And you finishes at what time?
Finish at 5 o'clock
Okay.
evening.
And how much is your lunch break?
Uh, The lunch break is 1 hour from 1 to 2.
All right, we've got another person. Welcome, English. Thanks for the subscription. I've invited you. Hello and Assalamu alaikum, English.
Alaikum salam. Hello, how are you doing?
I'm fantastic. Thanks for the subscription. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm quite okay. And thank you very much for the subscription. Where are you from?
I'm from Saudi Arabia.
Marhaba, ahlan sahlan. Welcome.
Oh, looks like we have an Arabic speaker here.
I know a little bit Arabic.
So, where are you originally from?
I was born in Bangladesh. I was in Saudi Arabia before coming to the UK. I
Really?
Yeah, I stayed Saudi Arabia around 4 years in Jeddah.
So, if you don't mind me asking, what are you doing in Saudi Arabia?
I'm a pharmacist there from the Ministry of Health.
Oh, oh, that's cool.
Thank you very much. And which part of Saudi Arabia are you from?
In the eastern part.
Tamam?
Have you been there? No. It's far away from Dammam, like 2 hours driving. It's a city named Al Ahsa. Have you ever heard of it?
The last I had it, I visited Eastern Province, honestly. I visited Dammam, Kubar, Hufub, Jubail, Al Qatif, those cities.
Uh, You have missed a lot.
That's right. And thank you very much. May I know what you do there?
I'm an English teacher.
Wow, that's great. Welcome, teacher. What's your name, please, if you don't mind?
My name is Ali. Ali.
Alan.
Ali.
Oh,
Ali.
same as my last name.
Oh, that's good.
Thank you very much. So, how long have you been teaching English?
More than 10 years.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
And do you teach in a school or college?
Yeah, I actually teach high school students.
Hmm. That's great.
Yeah, it is.
And
So,
go on.
have you already taken the IELTS before?
I had to before coming to the UK. That was mandatory for my job.
I
When I was
see.
offered the job from the UK government in the National Health Service, so it is. I had to get 7.5 in academic in all the four, sections.
Right, I see. I have already taken the IELTS 2 years ago, but it's already expired. So I'm planning to take it again. But I want to refresh my mind, see if you got any new ideas or strategies
Hmm.
for the IELTS.
All right.
That would be very helpful.
Sure. And why do you need to take the IELTS again?
I might have the chance to get a higher studies like master degree.
In which country?
It depends actually. Once I take it, I'll decide if I'll have to find out the opportunities to see if I have in here in Saudi Arabia or maybe abroad. That will depends.
That's great. Thank you very much. Meet Ali. His name is Ali too. He lives in
Oh,
Riyadh, a
the other
telecommunication.
one is the other one is Ali.
Yeah, his name is Ali too. That's great.
Ah, nice meeting you, Ali. If you hear me,
Nice to meet, nice to meet you too.
it's always a pleasure of mine. So I don't want to interrupt anymore, so you can go on with the lesson, please, if you don't mind.
Yes, certainly. But our that Ali is interested only in speaking, not in IELTS
Uh,
exam. But you're interested in
yes.
IELTS exam, so I'll just try to
Yes,
cover both of them together.
sorry, I booked here just by mistake.
No, no, that's okay. No worries.
Just I want to speak.
That's all right. It doesn't matter which class have you subscribed to my lesson. I try to help and support for each and every person. So our teacher Ali,
Thank you.
uh, w- Welcome. So 2 years ago, when you took the IELTS exam, was it academic?
Yeah, it was academic.
And
It's
if
only academic required for higher studies, you know?
that's right. And if you don't mind, would you like to share with us how was your score?
Yes, it was six band.
Very good. For most of the times, uh, I've met many Saudi people. They're amazing, and I met some of them in the UK as well. They came with the scholarship programs, like in Cambridge and few other cities.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so because you took exam already, and my question is, which part of the IELTS exam you think is difficult for you? Maybe we'll start from there.
Actually, to start with, talking about the IELTS exam, the base of the exam itself, it's need to be well prepared. Otherwise, you won't be able to get a high score. And
That's
each
right.
section has its own difficulties, its own strategy. It's an exam that's at time struggling rather than a language itself.
Right.
For example, when talking about reading, maybe some say reading is easy because if I can find out the answer from the text itself, while it's not. Many sentences, as you know, it's rephrased in a different way. So you have to understand the sentence itself. When it
Right.
comes for writing, you have to struggle with time because I think you have write like 20 minutes for each essay to write one out of 150 words, the other one 250 words.
Mm-hmm.
But that's really a challenging.
Okay, so my question is here,
Mhm.
do you write English almost every day, teacher Ali?
I used, to be honest with you, I used to write when I was preparing for the first time, but not that much. I started now to preparing for the audit maybe 2 months ago, and I almost started writing every day, but recently I have stopped.
Okay, now you might be aware, now IELTS can be done, this writing part can be done through computer. There is computer based test and there is paper based test. If you're good at
Yeah,
typing, maybe you can take and register the computer based test. We call it CBT.
yeah, I'm really well aware of that.
Or if you're not comfortable, then you have to take PBT, paper based test. So that will really help you a lot by instead of writing, you're typing. So similar things.
Yeah, no, but totally different if you type on the keyboard rather than writing with your pen. It
Mm,
depends on the way you feel more comfortable with.
that's right. But for the computer based only advantages, you know, people who are expert in using computer like Microsoft Word typing, that really saves time. In 20 minutes, you can write or type more than whatever you're writing by hand in a paper based.
Yeah, I really agree with that. But when typing, I think it's more like to make mistakes.
You can always
That's
cross check
my
your
own.
work, and that is the part of your IELTS writing part that you have to check your own work before you submit.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But when typing for me, I used to type with the computer, and I'm used to auto correction.
All
When
right,
taking the there is no auto correction.
that's right.
So yeah, my thoughts will be correct, and unfortunately, I might get the words spelled wrongly
Hmm.
because of the typing. So
Exactly,
I feel more comfortable in writing with my pen rather than typing on a keyboard.
exactly.
So,
Okay,
by the way, if you don't mind me asking,
sure.
I was looking for or becoming a teacher up here on this app, but I have already on the website, but I couldn't see any application.
Okay, let me give you the link.
I very
www.hallo.tv.
much appreciate it for your materials.
Okay, so in order to be teacher here, there are some criteria. Let me give you briefly the information. The first, information they say is you must be a resident of the USA, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, UK, or the European countries, or you're eligible to work there. And the
Mm-hmm.
second criteria is you must be a graduate. And third criteria is you must have teaching experience, which you have got either online or offline. And the fourth criteria is you must have a teacher's training certificate internationally recognized. It could be TEFL or TESOL or CELTA or Delta or similar kind of test. And the next criteria is you must be good at English speaking as well as English grammar.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, other criteria are easy. You have to give a teacher's reference. You can give my reference if you want to apply. And you have to make a short video, minimum 2 minutes, saying about yourself, your study plan, and what you're going to teach on this app. And
Oh, I
you have to
see.
have a CV, shortened CV, submit them, and wait for 2 weeks time. Generally, it takes at the moment 2 to 3 weeks to get a decision.
I see. Thanks for that. Really much appreciated, Mr. Rahat Ali.
No problem, say anytime. But as you say, uh, there are many applicants around the world because of this criteria. Sometimes some people don't fulfill the criteria or eligibility criteria, I should say. But still, you can
Yeah.
apply, so that they can have a look. And if the committee, we have got a recruitment committee or recruitment team, finds that you are an amazing candidate, they will recruit you. And after that, what happens on the Hello? You have to marketize yourself to get students. Hello only gives a contract that you can work for them, but they don't pay you. Your payment depends on your students. The more the students, the more the payments.
Oh, I see.
So if
Thanks
you,
so much.
no problem, if you visit this, then you can find how apply as a teacher. www.hallo.tv.
I'll check that out. Sorry for disrupting you, Ali. So you may go on with the lesson.
Okay, for other Ali, he was just speaking randomly with different topics because he says that he has got to develop his fluency. So I was asking him different types of questions to find out what he should do. But I believe that he needs to learn a lots of vocabs, which might be able to help him describing different kinds of topics. And for teacher Ali, I believe that now the exam, as I said, is same like before, but uh, so if you're practicing writing, that's fine. And there are different kinds of topic you can find it nowadays. The topics are more or less like before, but the fact is that practice is the key word or magic word to develop your writing. As you have mentioned, IELTS exam is a time controlled exam. That is the important part, especially reading, academic reading, three big comprehensions and 40 questions. So that is sometimes could be challenging. But my first tip would be about reading is do not leave any questions unanswered. Even if you don't know the answer, just make a guess and just answer it. If one of them becomes correct, then your score will be higher. For writing, you have to practice, as you know. Here on this lesson, I try to help mostly your writing as well as speaking. So we'll go with speaking today. Another matter is that I've just realized that Teacher Ali have subscribed to this lesson on a trial basis, which means that you will get 2 free lessons. Okay, and these classes run on every Monday and Tuesday, 6:30 UK time, and it is only for an hour. And we have got countdown system from the app, so we can start 5 10 minutes earlier, but I try to start 5 minutes earlier. When it comes to zero, from 59 minutes 59 seconds, that system shuts down the class automatically. But the plus point is all of my classes are saved on my account as well as my Facebook and YouTube channel. You can watch it anytime, unlimited time, by visiting those channels. Any other question, Teacher Ali, before we jump onto the on speaking tips or discussion today?
No, actually, I have no further question. But if you do, pardon me, I'll have to leave because for me, I don't think so. I have nothing to do with the speaking. I'll join the writing section if you don't mind.
Sure. Okay. All right. Give me a moment. Let me bring out the writing sections.
No, no, you can go on pursue with your lesson, Mr. Rahat.
Okay. And for I was giving some tips to our other Ali that if in order to fluent speaker, if you remember, Ali, I said we have to have vocab, and
Okay.
also we called another term cohesion, which means when you're talking about a topic, you must only talk about the topic. Like I gave an example about football. If you're discussing about football, talk only about football, not about any other sport. And
Okay.
also another tip would be do not memorize any kind of answers from anywhere, because when you're speaking, it is your creativity, the way you talk. It is your own way to choose grammar structure and use them in your presentation. And I do not suggest using big and unfamiliar words. Sometimes some learners try to use them, but if you're not sure about the content and the context, most of the times it is ended up using wrongly and mispronouncing the words. And as an English teacher, Ali, you know that pronunciation is one of the amazing parts that is assessed in IELTS speaking task. And if a word is not pronounced correctly, there is much less chance to get good score in IELTS exam. And using range of grammatical structure is very important. So I'll suggest our other Ali, if you don't know tenses, all the tenses, and there are two other terms I says tense, conditional sentence, and writing compound or complex sentence. These three things would be much helpful for writing as well as speaking. It's without with IELTS. It will be helpful for all of the people.
You don't mind, Mr. Rahat?
Sure.
Can you provide an example of complex sentences?
Okay, I'll give you an example of complex sentence. Okay. Hang on a second. Before that, I need to ask one simple question to both of you. Teacher Ali, do you like tea or coffee?
I actually just had both.
You like,
One cup of coffee, then one cup of tea.
all right, okay. And how about other Ali? What do you like, tea or coffee?
I like coffee.
Coffee, okay. Now, the concept of complex sentence that we try to bring more than two subjects and two thoughts in a sentence by adding conjunctions. And I'm sure you know that conjunction is a part of piece. Is these are the words like and, for, so, though, although, etc. And we write them in one sentence. So if I say like teacher Ali likes coffee, sorry, teacher Ali likes say tea, for example. Yeah, I'm just giving an example. And other Ali, then engineer, you see, likes. I'm writing it. See, coffee. but I don't like none of them. None of them. I'm just writing so that you can see it, yeah, in the comment section. So you can see teacher Ali likes tea, one complete sentence. Engineer likes coffee, one complete
Teacher,
sentence.
really, I have a problem.
Yes. Can you hear me?
I think I have a problem in my network.
Oh, is it not clear? My voice is not clear?
No, your voice is clear, but the application is made loading.
Oh, you can
That's the
refresh it.
problem.
You can log out and re-log in that case. Okay, so teacher Ali, can you see the comment which I've written in the comment section, the last sentence? So,
Yeah, I can.
so here are three subjects. You are the engineer and me, yeah? So the concept of compound sentence is bringing two or more ideas or complete sentences in the same sentence. So there should be three subjects at least, two subjects, sorry, not three, two verbs, and each of the sentence must be individually complete. So teacher Ali likes tea, it's a complete sentence. Engineer likes coffee, another complete sentence. And I do not like none of them. This is another complete sentence. But we have brought with comma, you can say teacher Ali likes tea, comma, Engineer likes coffee, comma, then I have used but, which is a conjunction. We call it coordinating conjunctions. So that these three things have been added in one sentence. And this is an ideal example of complex sentence or compound sentence. Okay, is it clear, teacher Ali?
Sorry?
Is it
Sorry,
clear?
what do you say?
Is my
Yeah,
example?
yeah.
So,
Yeah, clear.
for example, if I ask you, and that is very oftenly asked in IELTS exam,
Mm-hmm.
say, why do you like to sit for the exam? Most of the cases, candidates answer in a simple sentence, like because I like to go to abroad, or maybe I like to immigrate to Canada.
Mm-hmm.
These are simple sentences. But if you use compound sentences, it is guaranteed that your score will be higher than those people who do not use compound sentences.
Yeah, you are absolutely right.
And it is also helpful for writing section as well. As you know, in task one, you see the bar chart or pie chart, and task two is a descriptive, like an essay. If you use compound sentence in both of the cases, your examiner, when they're going to read it, they'll definitely give you better marks because you're using compound sentences. And that is one of the amazing tips for the IELTS candidates to get good score. And as a matter of fact, I taught many students here and outside of this app. And most of my students got 8.5 out of 9. Teacher
Wow.
Ali, you'll be happy to know that at least 30 students up to now. And they all are happy because they got their visas, and some of them came to the UK as well, and they met me personally. Some of them went to Europe, Canada, Australia, New Zealand as well. Now, because you're a teacher, you know all the strategies you have to practice. That will be my suggestion. And these free classes, as I said, one of them is you're taking today. You'll get another lesson tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll highlight about writing. Today, because we have got only 14 minutes, I'll try to give you a little bit more topics that how it will be helpful for developing your writing skill. And
Much
conditional
appreciated.
sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Teacher Ali, do you know what is conditional sentence? How it is written? It's,
Yeah, that's usually starts with if.
that's a especially second conditional.
Sorry?
Second conditional sentence, especially they ask the question. Yeah, that's right. It starts with if, and
Mm-hmm.
depending on the sentence structure, there are four types of conditional: zero, first, second, and third. And there is another one, we call them mixed conditional.
Mm-hmm. Just like an example, for example, you can say if you sleep if you sleep early, comma, you will wake up early. That's a
That's
simple conditional
that's
sentence.
right. That's the first conditional.
Mhm.
The second conditional is like, for example, if you were the mayor of your city, what three major problems you would resolve? So
Just like imaginative ones.
that's right, imaginary situation. So in, I'm sure if you can remember in IELTS speaking part 3, this is one of the common questions. And another common question is they will ask a question that will indicate that you have to use present tense, past tense, and future tense.
Hmm.
Okay, and if I ask you, like, maybe we can have a little bit discussion, like, how much the internet technology is effective in your country at the moment.
You want me to answer the question?
And I'm just giving an example, so you know that. Yeah, and then the next question would be, how was it 5 years ago? So the first question is present tense, and the second question is past tense, and the third
Hmm.
question would be, what do you think? Will it be changing in the next 5 years? So as you can see, it's a generation of three tenses, and which
Oh,
should I'm sure you know that in the speaking task 3, you have to demonstrate your comprehensive understanding about tenses and use them correctly.
no matter whether you were telling the truth or not, the important thing that you got ideas or sentences that contains the requested questions.
That's right. So this is very important for all of the IELTS candidates to understand the question effectively and answer them correctly. So
Of course.
that's why I always suggest all of our learners, especially for the IELTS classes, first read
Hmm.
the question or try to understand what the examiner is asking or what the question is asking. Once you've got it, then it will be much easier and better for you to answer them correctly.
Absolutely correct. Understanding the question is half of the answer.
Right. Okay, I think that our Ali is gone because he said he has got a network issue. And as you go through, don't worry about your accent in IELTS speaking. This is the pronunciation which is assessed, and you get 25% marks. And I'm
Hmm.
sure if you remember, teacher Ali, these are the four criteria they assess: fluency and coherence, lexical
Hmm.
resource, grammatical range and accuracy, and pronunciation. These four, uh,
Hmm. Can you give an example of lexical resource?
okay, lexical resource mainly deals with the different kinds of words, words like synonyms, antonyms, phrasal verbs, collocations, or any other English
Mm,
dialect that is acceptable in speaking.
so,
So, for example, if I ask you, let me say, it's a very common question: what do you do? Try to use compound sentence, teacher Alil, so that it will be more amazing answer.
the question is,
What
sorry, what was it?
what do you do?
As, there is no denying the fact that any person has a job after graduation. In this case, I actually work hard to get the most that I ever dreamt in my life, which is teaching.
Okay. But you know, on an average, 90% of our candidates answer it. I'm just to say, I'm an engineer, I'm a teacher, I'm a professor, I'm a student, I'm a business person. These are all some simple questions answer. But you have answered it compound sentence. That is amazing, a bit different. So there is a sample answer like for the teacher that I've been teaching in a local school for the last 5 years, which is my
Mm,
aim and dream. So I'm trying to pursue my IELTS exam to go abroad to get a higher degree in teaching. See, when you're answering, if you answer it with elaborately like 2 to 3 sentences using compound and complex sentences concept, that will really help you a lot. Like your answer is amazing. Well done. But as you see, teacher Ali, if you hear other students, they will not answer like this, which is why I always suggest try to answer and use in a complex and compound sentences, and also in writing. Okay, so as you know, that's the lexical resource. And also, do you use phrases very often when you're answering, Teacher Ali?
What do you mean by that?
Phrases is like, uh, are you happy today? Instead of saying happy, we use the phrase, I'm over the moon, for
Oh,
example.
I see.
You
You
see,
mean just like using proverbs?
uh, it's not kind of proverb, we call it phrases. Proverbs are those saying which indicate the lessons, human lessons, morality. We
Mm-hmm.
call them proverbs. These are phrases or collocations like hang on a second, means wait, or hang up, gave up,
Mm-hmm.
you say.
But I thought they were not to be used in the IELTS exam.
In speaking, you can use them, but not in writing. In speaking, as I say, and I'm sure you may remember that many phrases could be used in speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Conversational English or spoken English is a bit different than written English.
Oh, I see.
Okay, and I'll give you a little bit briefing about writing. So let me finish it. Still have got 6 minutes and 47 seconds. Okay, accent. So stress, pause to think, avoid using feelers. And I'm sure you know that sometimes people use like a, actually, you know what, we shouldn't use more than twice. Extend your answer that I've explained.
Mm-hmm.
Smiling helps you good pronunciation.
Mm-hmm.
And do not speak in monotone, like like a robotic way or any machine, because we are humans. We try to use emotional expressions when you're talking, and our tone always goes ups and downs. And
That's nothing
practice,
from us.
s- right, and practice common IELTS topic. That is very important. And let me show you quickly the writing tips. Okay, so in order to have good writing skill, the first thing is that you must practice writing every day. And
So, if you don't mind me asking, if I do practice writing every day and without having, for example, let's see, someone to receive a feedback from.
yeah, I do check it only for the monthly subscribers, really, because your session is only for 2 hours today and tomorrow. So it will be
Yeah,
unlikely for me to check it. Okay. The students who subscribe to me for a month, I always give them this kind of feedback. They always send me their writing topics through email. I check them. I suggest them what they should do to improve their writing.
I see.
So that's the advantage. We've got 5 more minutes. Okay, let me show you quickly the writings techniques. Okay, as you know that academic task one, uh, you have to write. You have already explained 150 words in 20 minutes minimum, and in the task two, 250 words in 40 minutes. And the marking criteria are task response, you get 25%, coherence, you get another 25%, lexical resources again, 25%, grammatical range and accuracy, 25%. So the first thing in writing is be careful about using the spelling style of the British English and the American English. Do not mix them up. So example is color, or you are British English or American English. Utilize with S British English, Z American English. Second topic would be using formal and informal words. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So in writing, there are many informal words that should be avoided. One biggest example is a lot of. A lot of is the expression mean we use in speaking. Like I've got a lot of friends who speak English well. I've got a lot of I've read a lot of books. instead of a lot of, we use many and much depending on the subject, whether it's accountable or uncountable. And the basic writing of any topic is it should be divided into three parts: introduction, body, and conclusion. Okay, in introduction, it is like that you bring the topic sentence and you explain it. And in body parts, you have to at least 1 to 2 ideas in 2 different paragraphs and explain them. And conclusion part is the part where you can add your own thought, recommendation, and suggestion, especially in writing part 2 IELTS exam, because some examiner says that in task 1 you can't use it as a conclusion, but I disclaimer, I can always advise that you can always add 1 or 2 lines, you can always add there.
Can
Okay,
it be summarized for all they say? I mean, the conclusion.
conclusion is your recommendation, your suggestion, what they should do. Summary could be used in introduction because that is the most topic sentence. Okay, and as I said, read the questions carefully and understand them, brainstorm. And for any topic we use 5 W's and 1 H question, like what, who, when, where, why, and how. Stick to the formal language, as I said. Avoid repetition and embrace punctuation. So which means that when you are writing, you must use the correct punctuations like full stop, comma, question mark, exclamation, etc.
No, they are a must.
There must, yeah, it affects your score. And also repetitive sentence. Sometimes, we mistakenly write the same words twice or same sentence twice. So my suggestion, when you finish your writing, you always check your grammar, check your spelling, check your punctuation, if there is a repetitive word or not. And which is why in IELTS exam, in paper based, they give you pencil to write it so that you can erase it quickly. Okay, we have got 29 seconds more, so let's finish here. So thank you very much, Charlie. It's my pleasure to meet you. And as you have been added to the subscriber chat for 2 days, if you have got any question, you can always send me the message or question. When I'll be free, I'll answer you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much for your really much appreciation. Very hard.
No
Enjoyed
problems.
it with you.
No
And
problem.
can't wait to see you again in the writing sessions.
Sure.
Take care.
Bye.